Hello， 大家好，歡迎收睇 Gameplay HK。今次嘅同伴故事終於就到聖騎士丹斯啊！呢個忠心耿耿嘅合成人啊，要升佢嘅好感度非常簡單，你只要需要着同除呢個動力裝甲啦，又或者係改造武器呢，佢都已經好中意噶啦，所以就好簡單嘅，你只要揾個地方坐低慢慢整呢，好快就滿晒嘅。但係如果想要佢嘅技能呢，就一定要玩到去遊戲嘅中後期啦，完成咗呢個盲目的背叛呢，先至會有後續嘅發展，咁你先可以攞到佢嗰個技能嘅。咁好啦，我哋而家去片啦，睇翻佢自己嘅故事先嚇。話說咧，我去完史特朗堡之後咧，出翻嚟。阿丹斯無啦啦又同我講嘢喎，睇下佢想講咩嚇？不如咧就問下佢想講乜嘢先啦。
What's on your mind?
Thank you. This isn't a formal meeting. I simply want to clear the air. I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot when we first met, and I feel like I owe you an apology. Expecting you to embrace the standards of the Brotherhood without having a history with us was unfair. And given that you've adjusted so well to our beliefs, I don't think I needed to push so hard.
你無啦啦同我講道歉，唔通你驚我唔做
You worried that I'm gonna quit?
No, I just felt it was the right thing to do. When I was an initiate, my sponsor was Paladin Krieg, toughest squad leader I ever served with. He was a model soldier, embodying the values every trainee was striving to achieve. Fiercely loyal, secure in his beliefs, and brave to a fault. From the moment I was assigned to his squad, I was singled out. It felt like he was pushing me harder than the rest of the team. I fought by his side for years, and we had some seriously close calls. But he never explained to me why I was treated that way.
其實你冇諗過問下佢咧，佢係咪好憎你，所以先對你咁嚴厲嘅咧嚇
Did you ever ask him why?
I'd considered it, but unfortunately, I never had the chance.
佢
After
唔係
I
死
was
咗係
promoted to
嘛
Paladin, and I'd moved on to my own
？Oh
squad,
no！
I received word that Krieg was killed at Adams Air Force Base. The news was like being kicked in the stomach. I mean, I'd lost some of my brothers and sisters before, but his death, well, it really got to me. It's taken me a long time to realize it. But the reason Krieg was so tough on me is the same reason I'm so tough on you. It's because I believe in you. And I don't want to see any of your potential go to waste.
喂，其實我有啲興趣想知究竟呢個人係點樣死嘅喎？你知唔知
What
啊？
happened at Adams Air Force Base?
Back in the capital wasteland, the Brotherhood was at war with a traitorous group of rebels who called themselves the Enclave. They maintained a mobile command post at the remains of Adams Air Force Base, just outside of Washington, D.C. The Brotherhood spearheaded an assault on the command post, which was ultimately successful, but costly. Quite a few soldiers died in that battle, and Paladin Krieg was among them. He made his mark on history. And whether you choose to believe it or not, you have the potential to do the same.
哇！你突然間咁抬舉我，我真係我深感榮幸啊！有咩陰謀嘅咧？其
You've
實
earned that faith by your own hand. Well, I've said what I had to say, and I hope that it meant something to you. I trust you'll keep this in confidence, of course. Some of that information was of a personal nature, and, well, I'd like to keep it that way.
嗱，就係因為咁，暫時嘅對話有過一段落，跟住喺我哋整呢個自由至尊嘅時候，佢又同我講嘢，其實又真係唔係幾似阿丹斯嘅作風
Off the
嘅。
record. That's not like you dance.
Which is why this is going to be difficult to say. So I'd appreciate it if you bear with me.
好啦，你
When
講
you were
啦。
first placed under my sponsorship, I had some serious reservations about it. Despite all that, this has turned out to be a rewarding experience for both of us. At this point, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else I could teach you about being a brotherhood
使乜講
soldier？
我
that
哋
you
救
don't
世主
already
嚟㗎
know.
嘛
It's apparent from your attitude and your actions that you intend to keep those ideas.
哦，咁
close
就好
to your
難
heart.
講啦。咁其實你想講乜
You're
啫？講
beating around
啦
the。bush. Is there something you're trying to tell me?
Is it that obvious? I've never been very good at these things. Let me start at the beginning. I grew up alone in the capital wasteland. Spent most of my childhood picking through the
咁
ruins
慘
and selling scrap. When I was a bit older and had a few caps to my name, I moved into Rivet City and opened a junk stand. While I was there, I met a guy named Cutler. We got along pretty well. Watched each other's backs, kept each other out of trouble. When the Brotherhood came through on a recruiting run, we felt like it was a way out of our nowhere lives.
都好合理。
So we joined up.
其實呢隻 game 嘅故事都係咁啊，兄弟會咧係周圍都去招攬啲人才㗎嚇。嗱咁柳丁城咧就唔係喺聯邦啦，唔知喺邊個位置啊，我都唔記得啦。
Rivet City. Must be post-war, because I've never heard of it.
You're right. It was a settlement built inside the remains of a beached aircraft carrier. One of the safest places to live in the capital wasteland until the Brotherhood arrived. It was the perfect location for me to try my hand at being a merchant.
其實我真係估唔到，原來你以前賣垃圾，即係同我哋同行嚟㗎咯。
Once I saw what the Brotherhood had to offer, there was no comparison. Anyway, about a year after we were posted to the Prydwen, Cutler vanished on a scouting op. It took some convincing, but I was able to persuade my CO to let me assemble a squad and search for him. It took almost 3 weeks, but we tracked his team down to a super mutant hive. Those wretched abominations had slaughtered everyone but Cutler. He should have been so lucky. The mutant bastards used their FEV to change him into one of their own kind. He wasn't Cutler anymore. I had to. It was my duty to put him down.
你竟然落到手
I can't believe you'd do that to him.
I didn't have a choice. Ever since Cutler died, I've seen other soldiers come and go. Some were brave, some were honest. Hell, some were even downright heroic. But I'd never considered any of them to be a good friend. A friend like Cutler was. Until now. It's a good feeling, but it frightens me all the same. Having a bond with someone then losing.
放心啦，一係你死嘅啫，我哋唔會死嘅。
I don't want to go through that again.
嗱，死符先，我要說服佢。放心，我好在乎你啊。
It would never be that way with me. I care about you too much to let that happen.
From one soldier to another.
你唔可以唔聽我勸㗎，唔算數。
It would never be.
I didn't know you felt that strongly about our.
嗱，咁我哋嘅好感度就升咗好多啦。
About us. I'm sorry if I seem confused. You've certainly given me something to think about. I just thought you deserved to know how I felt. If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, I completely understand. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate the fact that you took the time to listen.
咁到我哋完成咗呢個盲目的背叛之後呢，我哋再翻嚟 B 監聽集又有嘢講啦。其實你無啦啦問海倫學士做咩呢？唔通你中意佢？咁我哋揀咩好呢？佢做咩呢？
Describe Halen. Why? Is something wrong with her?
No, not at all. Halen's doing well. I simply wanted to talk to you about her, but I wanted to know what you thought of her first.
好啦好啦，喂，大家留意一樣嘢，其實呢，阿丹斯換咗裝甲，呢件係 X01嚟㗎。究竟佢點解會收埋一套咁嘅裝甲嘅呢？兄弟會都冇嘅喎。我哋揀第二個啦。
She's as dedicated as they come. A real team player.
I couldn't agree more. But I wasn't looking for an evaluation of her performance as a scribe. I wanted to know what you thought of Halen as a person.
點啊？你想做乜嘢啊？
This isn't like you, Dance. Are you going to tell me what this is all about?
I suppose I'm beating around the bush because I don't normally find these discussions easy to handle. I'll try and get right to the point. The truth is, I'm worried about her. Since you and I are getting along so well, I felt like I could confide in you about it, to get your honest opinion.
你講緊海倫，你講返佢先啦。
This seems like something you should be discussing with Halen.
If you'd allow me to explain, I think you'd understand precisely why that wouldn't be appropriate. A few months before you found us, one of my men was shot multiple times by raiders. Halen stayed by that knight's side for 2 days straight, without sleep, fighting to keep him alive. But he was on a slow decline. I decided that his suffering needed to end, and ordered Halen to administer an overdose of painkillers, so he could die with dignity. Even though I'm certain she wanted to continue fighting for that knight's life. She injected him without question.
咦，唔通你覺得自己有做錯？
Are you asking me whether or not I approve?
Of course not. I stand by every order I've
咁即係
ever
點
given.
啊？
That soldier was gravely wounded. Even if, by some miracle, he happened to survive, he would have been paralyzed for life. But the decision whether or not to ease that soldier's suffering isn't the point here. The point is what happened later that same evening.
發生咗咩事咧？
Halen approached me while I was on watch. She didn't say a word, but I could tell something was wrong. After what felt like an eternity, she collapsed into my arms, crying.
咁之後點咧？
Didn't know what to do, so I just held her for a while. A few minutes later, she stopped, kissed me on the cheek, and simply said, "Thank you," before heading back into the police station. Right then, it hit me. Maybe I pushed her too hard. I ordered her to ignore her instincts, to do something her medical training told her was wrong. That's why I'm worried about her, and for that matter, everyone under my command.
其實你擔心啲咩？你擔心阿海倫佢咩事咧？
Come on, Dance. What is it you're really worried about here?
I don't know. Look, 4 soldiers. Over half of my team are gone. Each one of them died because of decisions that I made. I understand the risks that come with the job. We all do. But how can anyone have confidence in me anymore? Hell, how can I have confidence in myself?
嗱，我覺得咧第二個係最好嘅選擇嚟，我揀呢個。
The way you held Halen tells me that you care about them. And they care about you.
I never thought of it that way. Well, it looks like things have taken a turn. I signed up to be your sponsor, so I teach you everything that I know. But it looks like I'm the one that needed the lesson today. All joking aside, I'm pleased that we had this discussion. And with all the problems you're facing, you still took the time to listen. It's comforting to know that I can speak to you as more than just your commanding officer.
咦？唔通在呢個同伴故事可以講埋呢度？咁嘅話咧，我哋說服下佢先。你會唔會俾個擁抱我哋咧？
Does this mean you'd be there to hold me if I ever needed it?
I don't know.
說服到喎。
I never thought you'd ask me something like that. It would depend on the circumstances, but I suppose we'll just have to see what happens when the time comes. Anyway, thanks for letting me get that off my shoulders. I think it's been weighing on me more than I realized. I'm only sorry you had to see me at my worst, instead of at my best.
咦？冇啦？咦？崇拜咯，崇拜啦！講嘢啊，講嘢啊！喂，有冇嘢講啊？
Hey,
Ready.
Paladin Dance.
If you have a moment, I have something personal I'd like to discuss.
講啊，你講啦。你點啊 Dance？
Are you okay, Dance?
I'm sorry. I really thought this would be easier to talk about. There's so much I wanted to say, but I don't know where to start.
咁你講啊，約合成人係嘛？
This has something to do with your true identity as a synth, doesn't it?
Believe it or not, it's deeper
咁
than
係咩咧？
I've spent my entire life, or at least what I perceive as my life, following a plan to shape my own future. But since my banishment, I feel lost. Almost like I exist without purpose. For the first time since that moment I signed up with the Brotherhood, I don't have all the answers. I don't have a plan, and it scares the hell out of me.
我中意第二個，揀佢先。
It's impossible to plan your life. Hell, I didn't expect to wake up 200 years in the future.
Yet you've been able to roll with every punch that's been thrown at you. Don't you understand? Everything I had, everything I knew is gone. In the span of a few hours, my identity was ripped from me and my world turned upside down. At least what you had was something tangible, something real. Your husband, your son. They were living, breathing humans who loved you and cared for you. Those sons of bitches who created me couldn't even be bothered to implant memories of having siblings or parents. I don't even know how much of my own past is artificial and how much is real. Can you even
不過
imagine?
其實會唔會係
I
鐵路
started
幫你
out
洗
as
咗腦
nothing,
咋？
and I've ended up as nothing. And I don't know what the hell to do about it.
夠啦，你唔好咁啦。
Hey, snap out of it, Dance. Self-pity is just gonna make things worse.
Is it? I suppose you're right. Maybe I'm just missing the point. My life's starting over. And I need to come to terms with
咁就啱
everything
啦。
I've lost and everything I've gained. which includes something important you've made me realize. I don't know if it's friendship or an anomaly in my programming. After all, I'm not really human. But whatever it is, I can't deny that I'm feeling closer to you than anyone else I've ever met.
好啦，我哋而家咧就可以說服阿丹斯啊，唔使諗咁多啦，梗係說服佢啦，係咪先
I feel the same way, Dance. I'm only hoping it's more than just friendship.
I'm sorry.
哎呀，
I
唔
can't
得，
right now.
I feel the same way, Dance. I'm
Are you
耶，
saying
搞掂。
in love with me? This doesn't make any sense. After everything the Brotherhood taught you,
黐線嘅兄弟會去死啦，等我剿滅佢啦。
well, a machine.
第二個
You're not a machine, Dance. In fact, you're more human than most people could ever hope to be.
You don't know how much it means to me to hear you say that. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have to be patient with me. Coming to terms with these, well, human feelings is going to be a very difficult journey. But if we can tackle those obstacles together, I think that this relationship could last a very long time.
耶！嗱，我哋攞到丹斯嘅技能啊，叫認識敵人啊。呢個技能就犀利啦！我哋對狂屍鬼啦、超級變種人啦、合成人啦造成嘅傷害可以多20%，係咪超勁啊？正！咁今集咧丹斯嘅故事就嚟到呢度啦，多謝各位收睇，拜拜。